Hello.
How's it going, brother?
Not too bad yourself. How you doing?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Are you new to the program? I haven't seen you before.
Yeah. First time. I understand that these calls are 30 minutes long. I've got a lot to cover.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it then.
Alright.
Let's do it.
Oh, by the way, two things real quick, just to get off the bat. I talked to Oliver about it. I record everything. I'm documenting my kind of journey on YouTube. No, very minimal editing. Hope that's cool with you.
No worries.
Is that all good? Cool.
Of course.
All right. So I know this meeting's mainly going to be about some random shit that I'm going to bring to the table. Sorry about the strange setup, by the way. I know that you can see yourself. It's the only way I can, yeah. It's the only way I can get it somewhat stable. Anyway, my background is TikTok. I can go viral on TikTok any way, shape, or form, right? I have 2 million followers on TikTok in the gaming niche. However, I'm yet to be able to leverage that in an agency model. So currently what I'm running is a lead generation agency. I've got a couple clients. The main thing I want to be focusing on is service delivery. So I'm not really doing any outreach at the moment, just because I'm practicing the service delivery itself, and once I master that, then I'll start doing cold calling again, and maybe depends how much I've mastered the service delivery itself, then I'll start doing some paid ads and go from there. Regarding the TikTok and everything due to that, I've thought about a couple different things. One is that obviously, aside from the lead generation, you could definitely go through a system of offering like organic socials, like social media management, that kind of shit, and be like, hey, or edit these videos, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. But because my TikTok is based in the gaming niche, right? If I'm reaching out to a business, right, like the skill that I have is very valuable. It's just very hard to pitch, and maybe you might be able to help with that. But like, this is my thought process. Hey, I call this business. Hey, lovely to meet you. Blah blah blah. I'm happy to make you go viral. Awesome. Was your proof? Yeah. Here's my TikTok. Don't mind the fact that I'm yelling and screaming at some children online. Don't worry about that. It doesn't really matter to going viral. It's just trust the process, right? It kind of decreases my validity, and there's a lot of problems that kind of are associated with that. So the option regarding the actual service of that, say we move past that, say like going into that service, it could be either doing it like filming, because I don't want to do filming because it would create like location dependence. Like, fuck that shit, right? I want to have, that's the whole point of lead generation. You don't have location dependence, right? So that's what I'm focusing on, which means that I'd have to rely on the clients to send me footage. Pretty much guarantee that the footage they send me won't be able to go viral, right?
Yeah.
So that's fucked, right? So the only other option is pretty much consulting the businesses, right? And so I'm actually consulting a guy at the moment. It's like $125 an hour. It's not consistent, just like random shit. Kind of implementing a lead generation service as part of the consulting as well, but I'll move into more of the content creation consulting as well. But that was me. I transitioned out of the SMMA model into the consulting, right? Because he was a pain in the ass, and he was like, "Oh, can we change the ad copy? Can we do this? Can we do this?" And I'm like, "None of your ideas are gonna work. They're all dog shit, right?" And I was like, "Fuck this. How about we just do consulting?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay, that sounds good, right?" So that's kind of where that is. Regarding to monetization of the TikTok itself, fat zero. Yeah. Well, a little bit more than zero, but the making money from the TikTok due to my circumstances is zero, right? So for example, there's no ads played on TikTok. So I don't get paid for views on my TikTok channel because I live in Australia, right? Which means I don't have access to the creativity beta program. I have like a personal TikTok manager guy that TikTok has reached out to me and given me. And I was like, yo, can I get access to this even though I'm in Australia? He's like, nah, you can't. I was like, fuck you, right? So regarding that, zero. I've had a couple sponsorships, but I don't really like doing those, and I'd prefer to monetize it in my own way. The thought process that I had behind going through monetization for it was creating some sort of almost like what Oliver's doing with the school group, right? And it'd be like, hey, anyone that's a gamer right, I'll show you how to go viral on TikTok. Obviously, with the knowledge I have, I can do it in any niche, but being able to target that directly into the gamers is probably more specific because it's kind of the content that I produce, right? In comparison, though, I had a friend come to me just the other day, and he, well, not just the other day, a couple of weeks ago actually, but he was like, "Yo, Jake, you're the TikTok guy." I was like, "Yeah, I'm that TikTok guy." He's like, "So I kind of want to do some drop shipping. Can we do that?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, we can do that. I don't have any experience in drop shipping, but we can go viral. That's no problem, right?" And so we ended up doing 50-50 split. There's a lot of problems with drop shipping. I'll get it to the juice of it. Is basically 17 videos. His very first video was absolutely dog shit. I could probably send you the video later. It's hilarious to look at how bad it is, right? It's shocking. Probably the worst video you've ever watched as a TikTok. His 17th video, 17 videos later, right, in under a month, 15 million views. Seriously? Video after that, 1 million, right? And guess how many sales that equated to? Fucking zero. Oh, actually two sales, $100 in profit for 15 million views. Can you imagine, right? Can you imagine? So there's a problem somewhere. Anyways, I was like, fuck this. I'm going back to SMMA. Fuck this shit. So anyway, there's potential there for another day, right? But that's kind of the ability I have and how I can go about it. In regards to my TikTok channel, right, where the YouTube channel has like 30k. YouTube has like 30k subs on it, but Instagram doesn't work for my content. I beatbox, right? That's kind of like the main focus of my channel, right? I get beatbox reactions. People go, "Oh my god, that's so sick." I fucking clip it. I rearrange the words, and then put it as like a nice video. On TikTok, when you're scrolling, it's automatically unmuted, so they can hear, right? My cue is actually an audio cue, right? Which is part of the viral process, right? On Instagram, when you're scrolling through Instagram Reels, it's automatically muted, right? And so the first 2 seconds is very important to my videos. They can't hear it. Fuck that shit. I give up, right? Like, because I have to completely change the style. So I'd be basically editing for 2 different channels by myself, zero funding because I get zero money, right? So fuck that shit. So I basically like cast Instagram aside to just focus on the TikTok. I'm now at a point where I was like, okay, I've got all these followers, nothing to show for it. Let's go into the SMMA, right? And I've basically made more money in SMMA than I have with 2 million followers. Who says that, right? Fucking bullshit. Yeah. Anyway, so what are your thoughts? No, go for it.
Regarding the whole gaming niche thing, so you specifically target people who do streams, do YouTube? Like, what is the deal with that?
So the content itself doesn't allow me. So I was streaming for a while, right? And that's kind of how I started. It started with streaming. I was like, oh, this doesn't fucking do anything, right? Let's make content. Made the content, try to bring people over to the stream. Big problem, because of my content as well, is that my content is beatboxing related, right? Usually revolving around some sort of song, right? Someone comes from the TikTok, comes over to the stream. They're like, "Yo, you're that beatboxing guy. Can you do this beatbox?" Yeah, no worries, bro. I'll do it. Blah, 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 blah. Right? New person comes in. You're that beatboxing guy. Can you do that beatbox? Man, I just fucking did that shit. Get the fuck out of here. Like, it just doesn't work, right? So the whole point of why someone would come to the stream is I'd be beatboxing for 2 hours straight, right? Fuck that shit, right? Like, it's fun for like a couple minutes, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, this is kind of dumb. So there's problems regarding that. I'm sure that I could go viral in different ways. Like, I've definitely done videos that have done well without the beatboxing, but it requires me to time and test, right? And so that's why I'm kind of moving away from it, because it's like, why put an extra like 20 hours a week into testing new viral strategies when I could just make money with lead generation, right? So there has to be some other way. Just as an example, do you want me to send you my account so you can briefly look at it while I'm kind of...
Yeah, I was about to say, can you send it over?
Yeah. Don't worry about the name.
With the people you want to consult that you just told me about, you have one guy you're consulting right now.
Sorry, fuck, I can't hear you. Oh my god, it's so loud. Yeah, sorry, say that again. TikTok is very loud.
So for the guy that is that you're doing consulting for right now, what is he like? What is
So he's a martial artist, owner or whatever the fuck. And basically what I'm currently consulting him on is SMMA and how to run Facebook ads, which doesn't really have anything to do with the service. I tend to be quite good at identifying what is a good Facebook ad because of my viral TikTok background. And I can just see, I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. This is dog shit, right? And so like even videos that are well edited and stuff, I look at them, I'm like, yeah, that might need some work, right? Just because of that very similar background. So that's a benefit to me. Ad copy, I can do ad copy. I would say above average. I'm good at copying, right? I can see what works and what doesn't work. I can like formulate my own thing. If I had to come up for myself, it'd probably be dog shit. But good thing we have like Facebook ad library and all that kind of shit. Here's the channel.
you're teaching about SMMA?
Yeah, actually, which is ironic, right? And it's just this one client, just this one person, but it's just something that I've just picked up, right? By accident, right? It's not like I reached out to him.
To do with gaming, does he?
No. He doesn't even know about the channel. I don't even want to tell him about the channel. I don't tell people about the channel. You're lucky, all right? I told Charlie, I knew, that's it, okay? Let's how the fuck do I here we go. There you go. Don't worry about the name. Yeah, it's a poor name. Okay, don't worry about that.
I love it. Liquid candy. Oh god.
Yes,
Where is it? What the fuck? Are you sure? Oh, there we go. Oh my god.
Oh, don't watch that one. Listen, that's dog shit. Don't watch that. Don't watch that.
I'll watch it on my own time. Don't worry. I'll binge watch it.
The latest like 4 videos. So basically I went to the Gold Coast for a year, right? Didn't post at all on my TikTok, right? Just like, fuck this shit. I'm gonna live my life in a different state, right? So other side of Australia, basically. Come back and I'm like, I wonder if I still got the TikTok thing, right? I wonder if this is still gonna work, right? Post a couple videos like the one you just clicked on. Didn't do very well. Got like a couple 100,000 views, 50,000 views. Rough, right? The latest video, 1.4 million, and I was like, yeah, okay, I still got it, and I haven't posted since, right? I haven't posted since. I was like, fuck this, right? But don't watch those videos. Okay, don't watch.
I'll watch the rest. I'll ignore the first one. Okay, then that's very interesting. Okay, so you've already got one guy you're teaching about SMA, but you want to focus mainly on the gaming niche, and your USP is telling people, hey, I can essentially blow up your channel. So do you want to work with people who are, for example, who have like YouTube channels doing gaming? Like, what's the deal with that?
So we're kind of branching off into 2 different directions. What I'm currently running is the SMMA, right? What I need to improve on with the SMMA is specifically the service delivery automations, the systems behind it, right? Like I can call people up, get them booked in, and then like Google Sheets that shit, right? Like that's easy, okay? But working with Go High Level, I'm a little bit struggling. So that's kind of where that problem arises. Actually, real quick before, this is just like a brief background. What I really want to get through, at least this very specific thing tonight, is I got a call, and then we can get back to this just so we cover this. I got a call with a real estate agent, first one that I'd be working with. Don't know anything about the real estate niche itself. Got a bit of information from him. He averages selling $800,000 houses. He's a selling agent, and he takes 2% commission per house. Didn't think of it in the call, but I don't know how many sales he's making per month, which is probably a good question to have asked, but hindsight's 2020. And basically I was watching module 4 or whatever the fuck. Did you guys change the modules last night? I was like looking at it, and then they all changed, and I looked at it again, and I was like,
they changed again. Yeah, we're just trying to test like a couple of different thumbnails, so it's kind of all over the place right now, but it will be settled down soon.
Okay,
yeah, so,
okay. I thought I was tripping balls, dude. I was like, I just joined, and then I was like, this is what Charlie showed me, and I looked at it. I was like, hang on, this is so much different.
It's really changed. No, but the content in itself is the same. If anything, we're trying to polish everything and just go through it again. But anyways, yeah. What module was it? Module 4, like sales?
It was module 4. I don't know. The modules are relevant. The point behind it was that I was looking at the offer that Oliver was going through and how he's saying No money up front, no lock-in contract. I have a screenshot of it on Discord. Actually, here it is. It is no upfront fee, fixed percent of the monthly revenue generated, and then he tracks it by linking up, like inviting to the fucking Stripe account or whatever the fuck, right? The only problem is that just from like literally thinking about it, I don't think people buy houses with Stripe, right?
Yeah, so that's another thing to kind of consider, especially if you're going to do something like a performance base. I suggest kind of everyone who starts off like first 2-3 clients, and it's also because what I did, I specifically work with interior designers, completely different to real estate, but whatever niche that people venture into, I always suggest, listen, for your first 2-3, just focus on getting some case studies, testimonials, just get that experience overall, and then it'll be a lot easier for you to be able to charge upfront fees, kind of retainers, whatever you want, with those case studies and testimonials, because you can just use them as leverage on your sales calls. So in terms of tracking that, probably the best thing to do would be to give them access to the CRM and go high level, so you have access to seeing almost where the leads are within their pipeline. And then with that, maybe have also a Google Sheets next to, or maybe like an Excel sheet where you both kind of update everything that goes on. And then from there, they kind of tell you whether something closed or not. Ultimately, the annoying bit is there's no, like, if the guy decided to kind of backstab you and go his own way and not tell you about any sales, you wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But there will be signs, okay? You can tell if someone is like, yeah, like, let's spend more on ads this week. Maybe, I have more, I have maybe 1.5 instead of 1K. But, let's kind of improve on these ads. You can kind of start to tell because they'll be willing to spend, but, telling you that they're not closing it. It starts to get a bit sus. So if you're spending someone's money, trust me, bro, they will fucking rinse you for like having misspend their money and having like not gotten them results. Trust me, I've had like interior designers, bro, spend like $300 a month, 300, okay, which is fucking like it's absolutely nothing to try and get 50K projects, and I spent like 150. What the fuck? Like, there's no like quality leads. Like they just throw a huge fit. So, yeah, there would be signs. But obviously it's just so you don't necessarily need to
Well, I think what I really need help with in regards to this client, because I've got a call with him on Thursday, so it's Tuesday for me currently, 10:46 p.m. So two days from now, I've got a call with him again, and basically the meeting went really well, and just because I had recently watched Oliver's fucking thing, and I was like, okay, instead of the monthly retainers, because he's been pitched by so many lead gens, right? And I was like talking to him about it, and he was telling me like different countries, different sides of the country as well, and so that's kind of why I hit him with the Oliver's pitch, because it's a little bit different to what he'd been hearing. But in regards to that, I don't have an offer. And I was like, hey, listen, yeah, everything sounds good. I really want to go forward with you. Let's schedule a meeting for 2 days time, and I'll come back with your proposal for you. And so that's kind of where I'm kind of going to need your proposal. Yeah, I need a proposal.
Yeah. Okay, understood. All right, let's kind of go through them. So this guy's needs, so he's a seller's agent. You said 800K, 10 GCI per sale. Goodness gracious. So first things first, we want to pretty much guarantee him a certain amount of leads. Did you guys talk about how much ad spend he'd be willing to put in?
No, we didn't talk about that. I thought that I'd come with what I found that's working well for me is that I come up and we agree on the service, and then I let them decide how much they want to spend on ads, right? And then I kind of give them a rough a guideline, like $20 per day minimum is probably a good amount, $50 is a good amount, right? $75 a day is like bang, like we'll crush this, right? And I kind of let them decide. But like what I found is that going from that kind of approach works a little bit better. So
that's good. Yeah, as long as you say some, I would mostly recommend for all types of niches like 1K per month ad spend USD, that is. Yeah. So $33 a day. Let's put that. So 33 bucks. Let's actually wait. You know what? We'll make a Google Doc. I'll just share my screen so we can have this. Oh wait, is this gonna fuck up your recording? If
nah, it should be good. It'll be fine. Yeah. Because obviously with the sales in real estate, it's a long process, right? So I think the thing that I should be guaranteeing him is the appraisals booked in, because once it gets to the appraisal, I'm out of my league. I don't know what I'm talking about, right? All the houses look the same to me. They got a roof, a door, a couple windows. Yeah, that's a house. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking of kind of going with, because there's no way that I can take a percentage revenue split of a house sale. You know what I mean?
No. There are a couple of other ways you could do it. So maybe you could do a cost per, so you could charge per lead. The issue then is you have to kind of try and justify to them, listen, these are going to be quality leads. They're not going to be shitty leads that you find on other spaces or you buy from other kind of agencies. So you could do a pay per lead. You could do pay per close is kind of the same as the commission. So either pay per lead, or what was it you said?
Pay per appraisal. So the main thing with real estate agents is how they kind of entice people into selling their property is he goes to the house and checks how much that house has increased in value since the homeowner bought it, right? So he wants those meetings, because then he gets those in-person the chats. So he goes to the house and be like, yo, all right, this house has gone up $200,000 in value. This sounds like a good time to sell, right? That's how he goes about it.
It's almost like a pay, so it's almost like an in-person appointment, pretty much.
Yeah.
Would that be fair?
I just need to get the address from the customers, right? I need to get their house address. Yeah. He found that like it's very difficult to get the address, and I was like, yeah, surely I can get it with some Go High Level automations, like surely, right?
100%. Go High Level automations, also when you run the ads and you use instant forms on Facebook, that's the way we suggest you probably do it. Ruben can talk to you a bit about that as well. But you can always add the address in there and for people to add it, and you have to put it as manual, so they obviously have to type it in, etc., etc. Otherwise, people have like a bunch of default shit, which is always puts in like weird addresses. Okay. So paper appraisal. So the next steps with this would be to try and understand how much we charge per appraisal. So how many in-person appointments do they need to usually be able to close the one deal? Okay, that's kind of a question you can ask him.
Yeah.
I need for the agent to close one. So that could be something you could ask. $33 a day ad spend, Facebook ads. It would be maybe even a good question. I'll ask this to Ruben. So I don't know if Charlie told you about Ruben, but he's like our head media buyer, takes care of our ads, and pretty much there are like open hour calls with him where you can pretty much just hop on. It's a group call, but everyone pretty much gets to say and everyone gets to ask that question. So it's almost like a one-on-one call. So I don't know if those are like at a good time for you.
Yeah, it's like in 2 hours. Yeah, it's like 1 o'clock for me.
Is that 1 a.m.? What time is it for you right now?
1 a.m. So currently it's 11 p.m. for me.
Shit. Okay,
yeah, it's rough. All of the meetings are like at 1 or 12 a.m. So
you can always DM him. So just maybe DM him and he can help you through chat. Okay, so that could be another solution. So maybe we can ask him how much is it going to cost you with that kind of ad spend. How many appraisals can we get with that essentially? Because what I think is going to happen, we'll get a lot of leads come through, for example, the instant forms or whether we use the landing page. However, the next step from there will be to even call them, have some automations like you spoke about, and to try and get them to be booked in for like an in-person consultation / meeting. So I can give you a triage script for that, or do you need like a triage script? Do you feel like?
I don't know what a triage script is.
It's like a script that you use to call up leads that are kind of semi already kind of warm to your offer that have opted in through your Facebook, and you pretty much get them to try and book in like a time or an in-person event, etc., etc. Do you want me to send that over?
Yeah, sure. Send it through. Well, I mean, there's no harm in that.
Yeah. Do you have already a process that you use or not?
So I've kind of stayed away from the appointment setting aspect because of the very first client I got, which was a tattoo studio. Tattoo studios turned out to be a pain in the fucking dick, right? The reason being is that I was like, yeah, I'll call them up, I'll book them in, and we'll go from there. I'll book them directly into your calendar. This is the standard process, right? So lead form comes in. I text the client and I realized, I was like, oh, this actually might be a pain in the ass, right? Because I have to text the customer and be like, hey, so can you send me reference photos of the tattoo you want? Awesome. I get those reference photos. I then give it to the artist in an artist group chat and be like, okay, who can do this? for starters, which artist is capable of doing this? How much is it going to cost? Because a tattoo of just a name and a tattoo of a shark on your leg is like $600 difference, right? And then also the placement, body placement, right? If you get it on your neck, it's actually more expensive than if you get it on your leg, right? And then with all of that, then I need to figure out how long it's going to take each artist, right? Because all artists are different, and I'd have to book in a different time slot for the length of it. Then I have to take all that information, go back to the customer and be like, this is it. Pain in my dick, right? Pain in my dick. Chop it off. I don't want it. Anyway, yeah.
Your needs, no, that sounds good. Yeah, maybe not. I don't think the real estate will be the same
Yeah.
here. And then fit your criteria. I'm just using this as maybe some reference you can use in your call. I can guarantee you X appraisals that meet all your needs and fit your criteria. X, oh no, wait. Every month I can meet you and your criteria. And then you could even do, if you wanted to start off doing like a paper appraisal, for example, all on a performance basis. Something like this, and then you can obviously explain to them, listen, it's a paper appraisal, this is how much it's going to cost, yada yada yada. So now we need to find out how much is an appraisal going to cost you, so in terms of like fulfillment, how much can you charge per appraisal, and what do we need to know, and maybe even see if they are happy with the ad spend, because a lot of the time you'll get like objections with ad spend, because a lot of people are like, oh, why don't you just cover it? So by the way, that is, I don't know if you know about this, that is like a big thing. If anyone ever tells you, oh, can you spend the ad spend, you tell them to fuck off, like immediately. Okay?
Yeah, it was my plan.
I hate it when people say that shit. It's so aggravating. So anyways, that's that. How much is the appraisal going to cost you in terms of fulfillment? How much can you charge per appraisal, and see if they're happy with the ad spend.
So is that first is that first question regarding me, like how much is it going to cost me personally?
No. What I'm saying, so this one is how much is it going to cost you out of the ad spend that they spend? So out of in terms of fulfillment. So you fulfilling for them, if they spend 1K per month ad spend, how many appraisals can you get for them? Make sense?
Oh, I see. Okay, so like cost per lead, right? Kind of.
Exactly, yeah. Cost per lead. Yeah, kind of. There you go. CPA, cost per appraisal. And how much can you charge is how much you're going to be charging them for every single appraisal. So this, ideally, you'd want to do maybe 2 or 3 times more in terms of how much it's going to cost in terms of like ad spend and fulfillment. Okay. So that obviously you have some margin, and you have you're obviously making money, otherwise there's no fucking point. And see if they're happy with ad spend. Just see maybe if $33 a day is too much, or if it's too little, yada yada yada. If they want to spend more, then of course take it. Okay. If you want, obviously, because when you negotiate, you want to kind of start off a bit higher. You could start off with like $50 a day and saying, hey, we usually recommend $50 a day to our clients. How do you feel about that? If they're happy with it, then calm, go with $50 a day. Even better for you can get them better results. Or if it's too much for them, then always fall back on a 33, and for you 33 is still very good to deliver on.
Yeah, easy.
So yeah, that could be that. But also, bro, what's going to be super important is understanding if you want to stick with real estate afterwards. So now obviously you've got this guy, you've got this meeting. Okay, so we're kind of in the position where we need to, what the fuck did I not write here? Sorry, side note. We're kind of in this position now where you've got the appointment, calm. If you can get to work with them, that's amazing. You can get already some case studies and testimonials from them. But then it's going to be a question of, do you really want to work with real estate agents? Okay, because it's a highly competitive niche. I'm not saying you can't make money from it. It's just that it's highly competitive. A lot of the times you have to make like crazy ass offers. I have a little trick for you, which I'll mention in like a couple, maybe our next meeting, that you can use like a crazy offer to advertise with. So either with ads, either DMs, cold calls, whatever kind of outreach you want to do. And then pretty much you downsell to a much more realistic offer that's, easier for you to deliver on, not something insane. But that's a lot of the time what you have to do when you do paid ads. Because if you run paid ads campaigns and you were saying, hey, I'll guarantee you leads, no one's gonna give a fuck, bro. So you have to say like crazy ass shit. Like for real estate agents, it could be, for example, oh hey, I can guarantee you 5 listings every single month, or on a pay-per listing basis. You see what I mean? Something really kind of insane, and then you jump to something a lot more realistic. So that's going to be kind of the next step, bro. I want you to kind of figure out, do you want to work with the real estate guys? Okay, use kind of the niche, like fulfillment criteria that we give within the program in module 2, I believe.
Yeah.
And within that, maybe pick 2 or 3 niches. It doesn't need to, don't need to, I'm not asking you to find one specific one yet. And maybe on our next meeting we can discuss those 2 or 3, and then I can tell you, oh, who's had better success in this one, which one is easiest to fulfill, and etc. etc. So that's something later on for us to figure out. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, for now, that's that. Does this all make sense? Do you feel like there's something that we've missed out here?
I don't think so. I think it's a good point to start with, but I need to be able to figure out the how many appraisals, right? How much can I charge, right? Like I need to figure out that number. So I need to talk to Ruben, you said?
Yes, we need to talk to Ruben. I will, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to send this to Ruben today. I'm going to ask for his opinion, because he's in Mexico. So he's like fucking waking up right now, bro. So I'll send it to him, and he can kind of give me his answer today. Okay. We'll see from there. We'll see where we go from there. He'll give us like what's a safe bet, what's kind of a bit riskier, but maybe a bit more worth it on the client's end, etc. So yeah, you're right. That is like the main thing we need to figure out. And once you've got that, when is the meeting you said?
So it is in an hours wise. It's in about like 36 hours roughly.
Oh shit! Is it 36 hours? So Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, we'll have an answer by then. Don't worry. We'll have an answer by then. So cool. Okay, so we need to find that out. And then have a look at module 2. Okay, regarding the niches once again. Pick out. I know this might sound a bit cringe or kind of wet. Pick niches, bro, that you feel like you could actually work with the people that are in it. Okay, I personally never give a shit about interior design. Okay, I honestly could not care less about how you design your home or the interior that it costs, etc. However, when I did a bit of research on it, and specifically in the UK, I work with the UK market. I saw that there was like an abundance of like how to say, it was a lot of the time like middle-aged women who were like super friendly, kind of like it, which reminded me a lot of my mum, because my mum is from the UK as well, half American, half UK. And they reminded me, when I watch like documentaries or YouTube videos or whatever it may be, they remind me a lot of my mum. So I was like, you know what, perfect. I've dealt with my mum my whole life, so why not kind of deal with them too. So I straight away ventured into it. I educated myself about the niche, and in the end, it worked perfectly. Okay, because I already knew how to take care of those people, if you will. So do a similar thing. Okay, play on your strengths and see maybe if you have some previous experience. If you like cars, do auto dealerships, or maybe mechanic shops, or maybe PPF ramps, or whatever it may be. Okay, so try and find something that interests you, or that you feel like you can educate yourself easily about, because you have to work with them 24/7. Okay, if you pick something that you hate, you're gonna want to kill yourself after a week. Okay, so pick something that you like. All right, G?
Yeah, easy. All right, thanks for your time.
Of course, bro. Take care of yourself. I'll send you the doc. Actually, wait, let me just send it to you now, so you've got it. Otherwise, how many subs do you have on YouTube, G?
Like 30,000. I don't really. So that's another problem, right? Is that I never really posted. I can't. I know how to go viral on YouTube. I just can't physically get out enough, because I don't really like editing itself, right? I can suck it up for a couple of TikToks, right? It's easy. They're under a minute, right? It's like boom, 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 right? When you're spreading editing over a 10-minute period, I know what goes viral as well, so I have to make sure that it's going to hit these numbers, right? It's like I just can't be bothered. Right, I just can't be bothered. So I need to hire someone to do that. But like I said again, at that point in time, I don't have any funding, right? So I'm doing everything myself, right? So it's like screw this. And the frequency of my editing was, by the time I'd get a video out, it'd be end of week, right? And so I'd be able to post one video a week, right? But everything requires snowballing, right? And so sure that every video that I post is really good, right? But you'll notice that certain videos get a lot more views than others, and the other ones that get few views aren't because the videos are worse. It's just because the frequency that I was posting there's either been a gap or I've had a break of some sort. So the channel dies again, right? So then I need to consistently edit quality stuff to be able to get that snowball rolling. You know what I mean? And so with TikTok, it's a lot easier. I can post like once every 2 days, once every 3 days, and that's like a really good split, I guess, for my type of content. You can pull it off with longer gaps, like Mr. Beast, prime example, right? He posts once a month, right? I think he's actually increasing the frequency now, right? But because he's nailed it down and he's like the top 0.1, like he's the number one YouTuber, right? He knows exactly. I know 95%, right? That last 5% is ridiculous time spent. But yeah, that's enough blabbering. I'm sure you're a busy man. Yeah.
Super.
If you have any questions,
if you have any questions, you can message me, okay? But of course, if I need something from you, I'll message you, okay?